Buongiorno tutti, I'm Jason Simmons, the Cockney cook, and today I'm going to show you an easy peasy arancini recipe that I've been perfecting over the last few weeks. So guys, let's have a quick chat first. Got the tit for tat, got the Rosie Lee ready for action. It's baking hot today, so the hat's on, the hat's off. Oh, it's too hot to even keep the hat on. Right, arancini. Basically, if you don't know what they are, they're rice balls, but they're cooked with leftover risotto. Now, the whole problem with that is, in my house, there's never leftover. We eat the bloody lot. We eat the lot. But also, if you want to make arancini specifically, you've got to now make a risotto, mess about, wait for it to cool down and make the arancini. But I discovered this. Lovely. So, this is packet risotto. Tried it. It's no replacement for risotto, believe me. But for arancini, it works absolutely perfectly and takes all the stress and fuss out of it. So I'm going to show you how to make it first. I'll run through my ingredients. If you're watching on YouTube, press that subscribe button. What's wrong with you? Do it now. Do it now. Press the subscribe button. If you're watching on Facebook, make sure you like this video and please share it, because sharing's caring and it's the only way I can get the word out there. Right, let me quickly run through ingredients. We need 1 packet of risotto. We will need 700 millilitres of water, and we will need 2 tablespoons of grated Parmesan cheese. That is stage 1. When we get to stage 2, we will need some breadcrumbs, 2 eggs, and optional a ball of mozzarella, and you'll see why that's optional later. So without further ado, let's get on with making it. First thing we need to do is 700 millilitres of water. We get our packet of rice, squizzers, that's the top. Alright, we just pour our rice in. First thing we do is we bring it to a boil, and then when it's boiling, we're going to need flick a spoon, give it a little stir. This takes about 12 to 15 minutes to cook. Okay, we're going to come back when it's boiling. We're just coming up to the boil now. Let me just talk a little bit about this packet risotto. It comes in different flavours. There's a tomato. I bought this one in Aldi's, if you want to know. Aldi's. Give them a free plug. Yorkshire tea though. Risotto. I bought it in Aldi's. This is a mushroom one. Comes in tomato. They also do one that's like vegetables and chicken. Now I wouldn't recommend personally putting dehydrated any meat in my risotto. Okay. Dried mushrooms. It's an Italian classic. You dry out your porcinis. So to have dried mushrooms in a risotto is absolutely standard. Alright, so and the tomato one, which I did last week because it was one of my experiment ones before I showed you the recipe, came out beautifully, just to let you know. So the two that I know come out really well are the mushroom flavour and the tomato flavour. Now that is boiling. I'm going to turn that right down. This takes about 12 minutes. We'll let it bubble away. So we're boiling away lovely. All the liquid's nearly gone. Now there's a little bit of liquid left. As you can see, there's a bit of liquid left, and at that point, okay, I'm going to turn it off, because that's it. Can you see that? Turned it off. And I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of grated Parmesan. Now, just 1, to, just to let you know that if you do have leftover risotto, the next part of the recipe is exactly the same. It was just stage one of cooking the risotto. Oh God, scratch my fingers down the blackboard. Right, it's just that stage of the risotto that makes it so much easier, because like I said, there's never leftover risotto in this house, trust me. Right, so it's nice and creamy, right, and it's still wet, which is exactly what we want. Now, this is where you need a bit of patience, and I would recommend that you could do it the day before. This is the morning, we're going to make them tonight. Lid on. Put it to one side. Forget about it. Forget about it. We're going to leave this all day or even overnight. Okay, it's going to soak up all those juices and it's going to become like a gloopy, wallpapery, pasty type thing. Not great for eating or even reheating as it is, but when you make an arancini, bellissimo. Our risotto is cooked, the water's all been soaked up and it's cold. As you'll see, it's quite thick and gloopy. Alright, that is exactly the consistency that we want. What's happened is, with risotto rice, which is our arborio rice, it's a very starchy rice. It releases its starch and it soaks up all. That's what I need to do at the moment with all these Corona kilos of on. It soaks up all the water and then the water makes it very sticky. For our arancini, it means that we do not need to put a binding agent like egg or anything in there, because the work has been done for us. It's bound itself. Now, we're going to make our arancini balls. So I'm going to show you exactly what we need. We need 2 eggs, and I've got 75 grams of breadcrumbs. Okay, so go through this stage at a time. First thing I do, I'm using a tablespoon. Okay, so I've got a tablespoon of arancini mix. By the way, I've just washed my hands. Now this is a great one to get the saucepan lids involved in. Now I'm going to say that's a bit small actually. So arancini means little orange. Little orange it means, okay? So we want them the size of, I would say, a satsuma or a golf ball. Alright, so first thing we do is we make our arancini ball. Okay, now as I've explained, the starch in it has bound it. Next thing we do, we roll it in the egg. Alright, now the reason we roll it in the egg is because the egg will allow the breadcrumbs, there we go, alright, to stick to the outside. That's one. Alright, I'm going to make 2. And then we're going to cook the 2. Okay. I've got my little burner here, and we're going to put 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Okay, don't have it too hot, but bear in mind they're cooked in the middle already. All the risotto rice is cooked, and what we need to do is roll them around and make sure they're nice and crisp on all sides of the arancini. Lovely. Right, that's done. And there, you be careful with your hands. I've got very, very asbestos-ish hands. Okay, you can see that's quite hot. I would normally cook that a little bit lower. I'm putting them on paper and I'm draining them. So this is our cooked arancini. Oh. Oh, beyond perfect. That is so good. So good. It's got the right amount of crunch on the outside. It's lovely and oozy inside. A little bit of extra Parmesan. What we stirred in, even. What we stirred in is delish. If you remember, in the beginning, so we could have a mozzarella bowl that was optional. So we get our mozzarella ball. Okay, and I'm going to cut, that's probably about an eighth of the mozzarella ball. We're going to stuff it. These arancini are going to be a little bit bigger. Okay, so we make a flat pate. We pop our mozzarella in the middle, and then we get another bit of our risotto, and we wrap it around the outside. Okay, making sure all bits. Benny's having a little bark. He's like, you're not paying me enough attention. Stop making your arancini. So I'm going to make a noise. So these are a fraction bigger, but they're not that much bigger. Okay, that's our arancini. Let's pop it there. Let's roll it in the egg first, and then we roll it in our breadcrumbs. Let's pop our stuffed arancini in there. This is our beautiful mozzarella stuffed arancini. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide. Alright, let's see what it looks like inside. And mozzarella stuff. I've got my words. I've got no words. They are, oh my god, ridiculous. What chance have I got of losing any weight? These are off the chart. You've got to try either the stuffed or unstuffed, whatever you prefer. You've got to try these easy peasy arancini. Arancini. They are bellissimo. I've been Jason Simmons, the Cockney Cook. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, do what you got to do, and keep looking out for new videos. Oh.